New Orleans actor Wendell Pierce is bringing Death of a Salesman to Broadway.
The award-winning tragedy is regarded by many critics as one of the greatest plays of the 20th century. Paul Murphy reports Pierce's portrayal of the protagonist, Willy Lowman, puts a new spin on the classic story.
I don't say he's a great man. Willy Lowman never made a lot of money.
When the trumpets sound.
A man who makes an appearance in the business world, a man who creates personal interest, is a man who gets ahead.
Wendell Pierce will no doubt create personal interest when he tackles the lead role of Willy Lowman in the Arthur Miller classic Death of a Salesman on Broadway.
This definitely is a role of lifetime. This will be the high water mark of my career.
That's saying a lot for the New Orleans actor, whose long and successful career includes memorable roles in a long list of projects, including The Wire.
I was just working, doing what a man is supposed to do.
Treme.
Well, you know, this ain't no jazz festival, even a club, but you know, pays the bills.
Suits.
The truth is, you're untalented and pathetic.
Chicago PD.
Those country boys up there with the guns, they know the suspect is tall and thin, right?
And the Jack Ryan series.
If you pull your weapon to shoot, you shoot.
This will be his fourth trip to Broadway.
It's very exciting to not only be doing the role, I did it in London, in the West End, and now to be bringing it to America on Broadway. It's just, it's going to be historic.
Historic because the production is told from the perspective of a black family living in a predominantly white world.
I am not a dime a dozen. I am Willy Lowman.
The play is about how the American dream can be a failure for so many people. You put that through the lens of the African American experience, and you realize how even more destructive it can be.
The play is set in 1940s New York. It's about a traveling salesman who is disappointed with his life and appears to be slipping into senility.
I put 34 years into this firm, and now I can't pay my insurance. You can't eat the orange and throw the peel away. A man is not a piece of fruit.
The play's central themes of self-identity, unrealistic expectations, and wealth out of reach are just as relevant today as they were 70 years ago when the drama first hit Broadway. Pierce says looking at Death of a Salesman from an African-American point of view just adds to the challenges written into the play.
Of hopelessness, denial, a loss of vision, a loss of their own individuality. And then you add that to discrimination and oppression, racial oppression. It adds all of these different variables that teach us the lesson of how a person's life can be destroyed and a psyche can be destroyed by this ugly side of human nature.
He predicts the play's revival will resonate with a wide audience.
It speaks over time, speaks over gender, speaks over race, speaks over locale. If it's truthful and it speaks to the human condition, the authenticity of it will speak to every person's heart.
Pierce says Willy Lowman has a few things in common with one of his other famous characters. Near and dear to New Orleans, Antoine Baptiste from HBO's hit show Treme.
I'm short, I know, but if you had went down City Park Avenue and then Esplanade in St. Claude instead all the way on the interstate, it would have been less.
And how is Willy Lowman like Antoine Baptiste? A man with a great desire and vision, who doesn't always have the facility to get there.
The particulars are still being worked out, but Pierce's Death of a Salesman is now expected to reach Broadway this fall. Wendell Pierce says when the play wraps on Broadway, he'd like to take Death of a Salesman on the road, possibly including a performance here at the Sanger Theater in New Orleans. Paul Murphy, Eyewitness News.
And Wendell Pierce also appeared on Broadway in The Boys of Winter, Serious Money, and Radio Gulf. He won a Tony Award for Best Play as producer of Clybourne Park in 2012.